we're going to be turning the most expensive Animal Crossing items into AR filters. That's right, I'm going to give you the opportunity to wear this bad boy and 4 other items of my choosing as filters. I've never turned my 3D art into filters before, so I'm very excited to be doing this. So I'll be doing these designs in Blender today and then bringing them over to Spark AR to turn them into filters. As TikTok does not yet support 3D designs, I will not be making the filters for TikTok and just instead the Meta Suite. So I've chosen a few items today ranging from a few thousand bells to a few million bells. The first item we have is this frog hat, which is 1,120 bells. This isn't really an expensive item, I just really wanted to make a frog hat. So the second item we have is this Zen hair clip valued at 4,300 bells. And it's honestly the cutest flower I've ever seen, and I really want to see how I can get it in the hair like this, you know, like on the side. The third item is the samurai hat valued at 5,880 bells. This helmet is really cool and I'm really excited to see if I can actually make it. I think it's one of the trickiest pieces we're going to be making today. The fourth item is the crown valued at 1 million bells, which is crazy. I'm very excited to be doing this crown, but the fifth item is the royal crown, which is valued at 1.2 million bells. So we have a lot of variety today, from a few thousand bells to a few million bells, but I'm very excited to be making these filters. So let's jump straight into Blender. So here we are starting out in Blender. I just deleted everything, brought in my reference image and started out with a round cube, which is honestly how I literally do everything these days. Going in to do the little bit of the face gap in the headpiece so that I can actually have the face come out. Here I am extruding up those eyes and then just scaling them out a little bit. I was having a lot of fun with this. Then went in to do the pupils. I decided to just use a round cube that I cut in half instead of the vertices that I had duplicated. Went in and duplicated them around a couple times as well so I could get that lighting right for his eyes. Then I used the solidify modifier just to give it a little bit more depth and went through to try and sculpt his little nose, which I was struggling with a little bit because I didn't have a lot of vertices to work with, because the more vertices I have, the less Spark AR actually likes it and it could reject the file. So I was trying my best to sculpt just that little nose bit that's in the picture, but it's not as defined as I wanted it to be, and I ended up just not even sculpting it, just bringing in those vertices and scaling them down. Here I am going in to texture everything and he looks so good. Here I am joining everything and making sure everything has the right textures in it and then exporting it, and here I am straight into Spark AR putting it on my head, and it is huge on my cute little head. Here is version 2 and he looks very good, but just a little bit too small and looks a little bit more like a helmet. Here's version 3, massive. And now I need to just fix the face shape because it's just a little too wide and not long enough. And this is version 4, looking really good. And I just place it on my little head, bring it back, and look at that. He is looking so good. He's looking so good that I went in and took a photo and sent it to my boyfriend. Now I'm just going in to export it straight to Facebook, and I went in to film a cute video for the filter. So item number 2 is this cute Zen hair clip. I'm just so in love with it. I just think it's so cute. So I go into Blender, I do everything I've already done, I delete everything, bring in my reference image, and I'm starting out with just a plane and then just extruding those vertices and creating a little petal shape. Now I'm going in to add a circle, and I'm going to put the petal around the circle using the array modifier, just like that, and boom, you know, we have a circle. It looks so good. I go on to play with the petals a little bit just so it's not overlapping so much and so that they have more of that round shape that they actually do. Here I am going in to add the center of the little flower, which is just a round cube, and then I just scale it down and delete half of those vertices so that it loads quicker when I pull it into Spark AR. Now I'm going in to texture everything, and I decided to add in the pearl texture. Here I am going into the shaders tab so that I can add in that pearl effect to the center of the flower, and I'm just playing with all of my little nodes here. So I go in and I add a mix shader, connect that to a color ramp, connect that to the hue saturation, connect that to a noise texture, connect that to the mapping, and then connect that to the texture coordinates. Quite a lot of nodes just for that nice pearl shine, but I am in love with how this turned out. And I connected everything together and then exported it. So here we are in Spark AR, and I'm just dropping in the first version, but the first version didn't like to be dropped in, so I re-dropped it in, and it looks so good. I was really happy with it, but there are a couple issues with this version. One, it's in the center of my face and I need it to be on a little bit bit of a curve. I don't know what I'm doing in this, but I'm having so much fun. I think it looks so cute. So I'm just working out kind of what positioning I need and how much smaller I need to make it. Now I'm bringing over version 2, which is just a little bit smaller, and then I've just made a couple adjustments to it as well, so it'll sit in the hair and look a little bit cuter. As you can see, it's like literally in my head right now, but I just pull it out and connect it, and doesn't it look so cute? I didn't like record the audio when I was like filming this, but you can tell by my reaction. I'm very happy with how cute it's looking. Then I took my headphones off, took my hair out to make sure it actually looked good when your hair was out, and look at me. I'm so happy with this. It brings me so much joy. Then I went in to try it out on everyone's faces to make sure that it would look good on a variety of people. And look at me, so happy with how this one turned out. And now I'm just going to export it straight to Facebook. So the third item coming in at 5,880 bells is this samurai hat, and I am in love with it. So I started out with a circle and then extruded those vertices up, and then paused for a moment to think, how the heck am I actually going to do this? Because there's like a little bit at the front which comes out, and then it's also rounded, so I needed to work that out. First I deleted those faces so that you'd actually be able to see your face when you're using this filter. Then went up and extruded those vertices up for the top of the helmet. Went in to do the beautiful little side pieces and deleted half of the circle and extruded around all those little bits of detail so that we had them there. Then I put them on a little bit of a 45-degree angle, used the mirror modifier so they'd pop up on both sides. Here I am trying to work out like that awkward bit at the front and how I was going to do that. So I got another circle, I cut it in half, and then I extruded it out just to add a little bit of depth to it so it looked like that piece. Here I am fixing all my mistakes and going in to round it at the top. Adding the solidify modifier just a little bit to give it a little bit of depth, and then went in and pulled those side pieces to the front because that's where they're sitting on the helmet. One thing on this helmet is I don't end up doing the string under the chin because I just thought it'd be too hard to put on like a variety of faces, so we leave out that little cute string. Very sorry about that. But here I am doing the top piece of it, and I just started out with the plane, used the mirror modifier, and then just extruded out those vertices and made it the same shape that's there. Then I went in to do those matching little circles on either side of this piece and added back in the mirror modifier, put back in the other elements, and then leaned it up against the helmet. Went around and did the other detailing around the helmet as well, and then did the little circles. For this I deleted half of the vertices of the round cube, duplicated those little circles, and then used the array modifier to duplicate them around the helmet in a circle shape. Some of them didn't come through right, so I just had to pull them out a little bit and scale them. Then I went through to texturize everything, made everything look a little bit metallic. Look at that gold. Oh, so good. And yeah, this is how it's looking. I'm very impressed with this samurai helmet. Here I am bringing the first version into Spark AR. As you can see, it is too massive. Here is the second version coming in, and now it's too small, but it's cute, but it's too small. Here I am coming in with the third version, which I thought was a better size, and then here is the fourth version, which is just slightly a little bit different, but it looks very similar to the version I just showed you. So here I am putting it on my head, and I'm so impressed. I love it. I think it's looking so good. But then here is version 5, which is just a little bit bigger because I think people might have bigger heads than me, so I decided to make it a little bit bigger. And then also I needed to delete out the back vertices as well because it's just clipping in the head really funnily. So here is version 6, and look how good it's looking. So you can see that I deleted those vertices out the back, but it's looking better around the face. So I'm really happy with how this one is looking. And then I go in and try it out on everyone else's heads to make sure it fits everyone else too. And yeah, it's looking so good. I'm so happy. Look at me posing, so happy with my little samurai hat. Then I go in to export it for Facebook and make that little video. So here's the fourth item. It is the crown, and it is valued at 1 million crowns, which is crazy. The second most expensive item in the game, I believe. So here I'm going in to make it, and I made it with a circle, and then went in and used a plane to make like the top bits of the crown, and just rounded them out, bent it just a little bit, put it on an angle, then duplicated it using the array modifier around a circle so they were all equally spaced out. Here I am just going in to make those little extra bits, the little bits of detail in this section, and I just did that by bringing back those vertices. Then I reset my array modifier, and it's looking so good. Then I went in to add these circles on the top as well, reset my array modifier again so that all of this was there, and then went in to add the gems on the bottom of the crown. Duplicated them as well using the array modifier. Basically this was all made with the array modifier. Went through and started to texturize everything and give it that metallic golden look, and it's just coming out so well. I'm really impressed with how this is looking. Here I am in Spark, and I'm already up to version 9 bringing this in because I was having some issues with the bottom of the crown, and this is when the crown starts to work. You can look at me, I'm so excited. Oh, look, I'm so relieved. I actually spent a long time trying to work it out. I bought in another version so that the crown was a little bit bigger on my head, and then it started to place it so that it was correct, and look at it, it's looking so good. I'm so happy with how it's looking, and I am just so happy. It took like 10 versions to get this crown right, but we got there in the end. And here we are doing the final item, which is the royal crown, which is valued at 1.2 million crowns, which is crazy. So I did a very similar technique for what I did with the other crown, and I just started out with a circle, extruded those vertices up, and added a subdivision modifier to smooth out those edges. Went in and used a plane to do all the detailing around the crown. Then went in to do the bottom of the detailing, which is like a little cross. Added it into the crown just there, pulled back in and put some more detailing in, added in the array modifier, put the array modifier around the circle, and then it's perfect. You know, it happens so quickly once I use the array modifier. Went in to do the detailing on the top of the crown. Here I am going in to make the little gems, and I'm just duplicating them around using the array modifier. Then I went in to make the gem on the top of the crown and just extruded out those vertices as well, so it looks like the gem was inset. Went in and added the final detailing to the crown, which is like that extra little bit that's going around. So added in the triangle piece and then the circle piece as well. And once again, use the array modifier to push it around the crown. Now I'm just going through and applying all the modifiers and then adding in the textures for that beautiful crown look, making the gold texture quite metallic as well, so it looks like nice shiny gold. And then I went in to do the little gold ruby as well. And here is what it's looking like. Now I'm just making it smaller and then pulling it over to Spark to see what it's looking like, and it is huge, absolutely massive. Here is version 2, which is a little bit smaller but still way too big. So going in to make it smaller again, pulling in version 3, and now she's too small. But she's looking very cute. I'm very happy with what she's looking like. And now we're at version 4, and this is a good size, I think. So I just pull it up to the top of my head and play with the placement on the head so it actually looks like it's in the center. And I'm just checking how it looks on everyone else's heads and just moving that placement just a little bit. Pulled my hair out, took my headphones off just to see what it would look like with my hair out, and now I'm going in to publish it. So after all that designing, let me now show you what these filters look like. So let's start out with the frog one. I am so happy with how this turned out. I think he looks so good, and I'm so amazed with him. I don't know, every time I make something I'm just mind blown, but as soon as I saw this as a filter, I don't know, it brought my designs to life, and it just like made me so proud. I'm really happy with this frog filter. The second one was the Zen hair clip, and I'm also impressed with this filter. I love how it positions in the hair really well, and it looks very cute. So I'm really happy with how this one turned out as well. I think this was probably the easiest one that I made, but it's very cute, so I'm very happy. The samurai helmet was probably the hardest item I had to make today, but he turned out really well. I'm really happy with how he looks. I'm really happy with side to side, like how he's looking, and yeah, like the proportions of everything, and I feel like I really made the samurai helmet, so I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that. As you can tell, it was a good day. I'm very happy with all these designs. The fourth item was the crown, and oh my goodness, it looks so good. I did have a few issues with like the bottom not coming in, but I did fix that in the end, and I'm so overwhelmed and so happy with this. It did take me the same amount of time to do as the samurai helmet because I had to fix the bottom part of the crown, but it looks so good. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I'm happy, which is good. And the final item is the royal crown, which is like 1.2 million bells, and it turned out so well. I'm so happy with what it looks like, and I feel so accomplished. If you want to use these filters, you can check them out on my Instagram. So I'm really excited about what we did in today's video. Bringing these items into filters was just a really challenging experience, but also very rewarding, and I'm really excited that I managed to do it. Let me know in the comments if there's any other Animal Crossing items you want me to make into filters, or anything else you want me to make into an AR filter, and I will try my best to do that. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will now see you in the next video.